Hey there. Welcome to this Saturday. And, what should I say? Shit Show Saturday? Whoops. Yep. So, thank you so much for taking a moment and checking it out. I'm still trying to figure stuff out. Oopsie. Anyways, but let's see. I would like to tell you how should I say, a little story ish of what I've learned. Well, I say what I've learned basically the past couple days. Sorry, there goes a plane. Anyways, so I, of course, suffered a TBI like 5 years ago. And one of the side effects is short term memory loss. Like, I cannot remember anything. And I was talking to somebody yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, what really is the disability?" Well, he didn't say it in those words, but basically that's what it was. And I'm like, "Well, thankfully I can move around and stuff ish. I am thankful that I can walk, even if it's a bit, how should we say, wonky." I'm like, and I can move my hand, but this one, my left side, not so much, or not great. Anyways, but yes, my disability is basically, what do you call it? Internal, like, uh, yeah, see, I'm showing you now. It is, what do you call so slow cognitive speed. So basically, I can't think as fast as I used to, and it's very, how should I say, frustrating, but you know what? Just trying to learn to live, not without, but just better, like figure out ways to make it better. And so, one thing my wife has been telling me the past couple of days is kind of, well, funny ish. I mean, not funny, but I think of all these things and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do that and that, that and that. And oh yeah, I'm going to read that book. And then I'm going to watch that show. And I forget. Yep. I'm like, I just cannot remember like I used to. Like little things like, I need to get some dog food. You probably remember that, right? I forget. Or, hey, I need to do some laundry. Or wash my towel. I just forget. So, thankfully, what I have been trying the past couple days is write it down and, what do you call it? My, what do you call it? So, in my wallet, I have a notebook, so I always carry it around with my pen. So, basically, she's been helping me. She's like, just write it down. Anything, everything, just write it down. I'm like, oh yeah. So that's what I intended to do, but I forgot. So basically, now I'm trying to really, like stay focused, like, or not. I cannot focus, just be honest. But basically, writing it down, anything and everything, just stop and write it down. And another thing I have been like learning to, or trying to focus on, we'll say, is a task management app that I used years ago and then got away from it. But basically, it's called Things, and it works on Mac, iPhone, iPad, all that. So, and I need to get back into doing that where I can just put things right away into the app and then I don't have to worry about forgetting. So, just remember to do it exactly at that time, and then you're okay. Oh, by the way, if you hear some pounding, that is my wife putting on our, what do you call it, door deadbolt thing so we can control it by our iPhones. Oh, yeah. But anyway, so I am I am in process of learning. Just go ahead and immediately write it down. So that way I protect it. I remember it's what I want to work on, but I will not forget it. And so I can kind of take comfort in knowing at least I have documented it somewhere. And that way I can check it on my iPhone, iPad, or Mac. So I'm like, I would say that's pretty awesome. So that is one thing that I am very thankful for, and I am going to try to do. And I would encourage you, brain injury or not, just write things down. Sometimes, if you need an app organizer or would like one, just do it. I mean, there's tons of them out there. Some are free. Just do it. So basically, I'm here to say, don't tax your brain. Your brain does a lot of work, and I've realized it does. And now that mine, how should we say, works a bit differently, just learning have to use it differently. And you know what? That is okay. So I need to figure out or learn what those different ways are and do them. So, man, gosh, what else was I going to say? See, I did write them down on my, iPad or iPhone. I'll learn. Sorry, I do have iPad on the brain. A new iPad just came out. And guess who doesn't have one? Guess who want one? I mean, I am so excited, and I'm learning, which I announced, 2 weeks ago, that I'm learning Swift, which is the coding language, in order to build applications, which I want to do for those who have been in a situation similar to me, like with a traumatic brain injury, or even other situations, just to give them hope, basically, a way to communicate with the outside world. Let them know, hey, if you want to say, much like I did in California, I'm like, oh, I want some Phil's coffee. That's important. And so, I want to say, hey, can you grab me a mint mojito? Be awesome. So at least this way, what I'm thinking is just put it in an app very easily, and then you can put it up, and anybody can bring up your your site or whatever it is, and see, hey, Aubrey would like a mint mojito. So if they have a moment, yeah, and it's a cool way that people can just take a moment and help you out. And actually, now that I'm saying that, I'm like, what an awesome way to even encourage them. Of course, could be Facebook. Anyways, that's a whole other side of things. But man, well, overall, just remember to reach out to all those around you. Take a moment and just thank them for what they are doing. Whether it's someone at the grocery store, hey, thanks for stocking these shelves. I appreciate it. Or the person checking you out, the cashier, hey, thank you for doing this. Thank you for working and helping. Some people will definitely be like, well, what? But you know what? One thing I have learned that I will pass it along so you don't have to deal with a $3 million mistake accident, but just take some time, slow down, and see those around you and appreciate. Hopefully you cannot hear the sound as much as jet engines. Anyways, but take a moment and appreciate those around you and tell them that you appreciate them. It's a small little thing, but it can be huge. So, thanks so much for taking a moment, spending some time with me. And remember, you matter, your story matters, and you belong here. Cheers.